Hi, my name's Joseph Jackson, and I'm in Entrepreneurship 301. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my business plan for Joe's Bar, Tap, and Grill. This is my organizational chart. I set it up so that you can see that there's two different locations that I'm going to have. That's going to be the baseline structure of my company. I'm going to have two set locations that are within a certain amount of distance of each other. You have the CEO at the top, who's obviously in control of everything. He's the hand of the company, and he very much has his own vision of what he wants to see his company grow into. Then you have the board of directors, who are going to be directly under the CEO and essentially act as his hand as well. They're going to help him coordinate structural and financial aid within the company. Below the board of directors, you have the district manager, who's in charge of the two locations. He's in charge of making sure that both general managers at both locations are doing the exact job and performing the responsibilities that they're set to do to complete the vision of the higher-ups, i.e. the CEO and board of directors. From the general manager position, you have the banquet manager and the head chef, both of which follow the general manager's orders. When you look over at the head chef, he essentially is in control of the cooks. He basically has dominion over how they perform their duties and what their job requirements are. Then you have the banquet manager, who's in control of the bartenders, the waiters, and the hosts. He's very much in control of the main operational functions of the presentation of the restaurant. Then under bartenders, you have the barbacks. Barbacks are simply meant to help the bartenders in any tasks they need to carry out their jobs as well. Next, I have my equity structure. Being that I am the CEO, I gave myself a 50% share. Then for my board of directors, I gave them 25% equity within my company, leaving 15% to my managers and lastly 10% to my investors. The way I did it was I made sure that I had half of the share within my company, and if everyone else has the other half of share, which would be highly unlikely that they all would want a certain direction for the company, that's how I would set it up to be, so that I have majority share, essentially. Next, we have the employee plan and spreadsheet. Like I said, the CEO is very much the vision of the company. He basically tells the board of directors, where he's going and what he wants. The board of directors helps structurally in maintaining and keeping what the CEO's vision is. They're in charge of the structural integrity of the company and planning and strategizing financially as well as operationally. I gave the CEO about $15,000 a month to equal out $180,000 for the year. From my research, a lot of these numbers were on average for what these positions entail, with the board of directors being slightly under my position at $96,000 a year at $8,000 a month. Next, you have the district managers, who again are in control of the two locations for Joe's Bar, Tap, and Grill. They very much have a huge responsibility in maintaining that the responsibilities of the general manager are being maintained. I put him at about $5,500, totaling $66,000 for the year. Next, you have the general manager, who's in control of the head chef and banquet manager. For the general manager, he basically is the hand of the restaurant. He controls and operates the restaurant as his job entails him to do. For the general manager, his yearly salary is about $48,000. Statistically speaking, that's about what they're looking at a year. Next, you have the banquet manager being slightly less authoritative than the general manager, but still receiving the same pay. He's in control of a lot of the functions that occur at the bar. He very much has to maintain a certain presence and appearance for the bar, and is in control of the bartenders, the waiters, and the hosts. He just has to work on the presentation and make sure that all tasks are carried out in a timely fashion by each department. Next, you have the head chef, who makes about 72 grand a year. Head chefs definitely make a lot of money, and they're very much the poster board of restaurants dining. He helps prepare the food and has the main say-so as to how things are prepared and the presentation of food. He very much is in control of that department. Next, you have bartenders being at a lowly $18,000 a year. The reason why I gave him that dollar amount was because typically bartenders make a lot of their money through tips. And because of that, they're not going to receive a highly hourly wage. The same goes for the barbacks. The barbacks are simply there to assist and have a cut in the tips. Not as large of a tip as the other bartenders receive, but they are indeed in the tip pool, so they're treated as such, given 18 grand a year. Next, you have the cooks, who make 30 grand a year and are there to aid the chefs. They do pretty much whatever the cook says and follow or try to shadow the chef to prepare the presentation of food to best fit what he envisions as a perfect meal. Next, you have the hosts, who plays a very important role in the presentation or the initial presentation of the restaurant. They average about 24 grand a year. And then lastly, you have the waiters being 18 grand a year. I assign them this salary because a lot of their money is made from tips as well. So they don't require a salary income to be as high as the other positions. For my recruitment selection, I'm looking for a CEO that's me because I'm very much the vision of the company. I have my own thoughts and direction for where I want the company to go. For my board of directors, I want them to be highly energetic and able to take on financial, structural, and strategic strategies to help the company better perform in all aspects. They very much help coordinate the functions and operations of the company, and they coincide to work with the CEO to complete his vision as he sees fit. Next, you have the district manager. He is someone that needs to have excellent time management and the ability to dictate how the general managers operate. He has a key role in maintaining discipline among the two managers to make sure that they carry out the vision and requests of the district manager. Next, you have the general manager, who is in control of everyone within each individual restaurant. He very much is in control of the operational and financial structure of each location. Next, you have the banquet manager, who's in control of a lot of the presentation of the restaurants. His main priority is to have a lot of enthusiasm and authority as to where and when parties and whatnot are to be initiated. Then you have the head chef, who obviously prepares the food and has the huge say-so in how things are done. Then you have the bartenders, who need to be highly personable and energetic. They're the cash stations of the restaurant. The barbacks are there to be assistants to the bartender and are meant to very much aid the bartenders, and they're really supposed to be an energetic position, being that they have to always maintain and keep the flow of alcohol or to help the bartenders in any way they see fit. The cooks are there to help the head chefs and carry out his tasks that he's not able to get to, or simply to help with the presentation of what he's working on. Then you have the hosts, who are there to portray a certain image of the restaurant upon entrance. They have a huge role as they're the first person that a customer sees. So their main purpose is to be in accordance with the utmost professionalism for the company so that the customers have a very warm and welcoming feeling. The same goes for the waiters. They're the next immediate image that people see for the restaurant. They have to be very personable and warming to the customers. This concludes my presentation, and thank you for listening.